Hello, family, kings and queens. Welcome to the next episode of Melanated Nation. Remember, your contentment or rage with the content could mean that your situation isn't what you would like it to be. Therefore, any words that you have towards us here at Melanated Nation shouldn't be so severe. Remember that we are all family, and these are our opinions. Having said that, let's get into it.
Today I want to talk about your life, my life, your friend's life, your mom's life, maybe even your best friend's life. Most people would say everything about your life says you're depressed and or some 3-letter acronym for the word sad. Everyone wants to tell you that there's an issue when you're not feeling just quite yourself. Your family, your so-called friends, people you call associates, that you're depressed. But it's funny how they only reach out to you when it's convenient for them or their schedule. But yet they'll tell you, don't feel down, it's going to be okay. But yet they just quite don't have the time for you. But in actual reality, no, there's nothing funny about it. No, you're not really depressed. No, you're not any of those 3-letter acronyms. It makes me so upset and angry when people just throw the word depression around to go out there and do things that they have no business doing. So I ask, what does your life say about you? Now, with everything going on in the world today, the word depression is just being thrown around like water running out of faucet. Like the other day we had, that huge freeze and they were like, turn your water on where it's just dripping out the faucet a little bit. That's how the word depression is right now. So I say to each and every one of you, the way everything can be done virtually, why won't, or should I say, can't those same people be supportive virtually? Can I say that again? Why won't those people be supportive virtually? Let me really put it out there like this. Game night, dinner parties, hell, good old-fashioned conversation and get-togethers. Those can be done virtually. Okay, calm down. Don't get all mad and beside yourself. You just got to do better. I'm not trying to call you out. So if you're upset right now, that means you're not doing what you should be doing, being supportive of your friends who you think is depressed or sad. Yes, so some of you are thinking, let's say we did and don't. Well, honestly, you've been doing that for years already. You've been saying, I need to reach out to her or him or them, and you don't. And then one day goes by, 2 days go by, a week go by, even years go by, and then you see them in the store and you're like, oh girl, I meant to call you. No, you didn't. Stop lying. But again, supportive. You say that when your family or your friend or associates come asking for that support, what excuse do you use? Do you think that they want money? Do you think that they need you to call them every day? No. Every once in a while, pick up the phone and ask them, hey, how you doing? They don't need your money all the time. They might, but I'm sure they'd ask you. Sometimes they just might need a friendly conversation. Oh, but COVID has made people not talk anymore, which is a sad fact. But the funny thing is, you don't have to lie to yourself, because God already knows, and you already know, that you are not being supportive. So if you know and God knows, then the both of you already know the truth. Are you really, truly being supportive? But just remember, you may need some support someday. So, those 3-letter acronyms and depression is just a way for pharmaceuticals to get their money for these doctors to prescribe someone some drugs. Every once in a while, again, as I stated, people just need a conversation. They might just need to vent, anything of that nature. It's not that they just are depressed. They just might just need to talk. They just might need some company. I mean, the definition of depressed is in a state of general unhappiness or desponsory. I mean, come on. They might just be unhappy for that moment. You don't know what happened in their day. But how will you know unless you pick up the phone and call? But also in the same aspect, sad. It's just feeling or showing sorrow or unhappy. Same thing. Depressed and unhappy. Sad. Showing sorrow or unhappy. Same thing. So why do each one of them get the same type of mess going on? Somebody want to tell you you need some drugs. No, you don't. You need a friend, a true friend to talk to. So, but being supportive, all you're doing is providing encouragement or emotional help. That person might just need to have a conversation. They might just need to vent. They might just need a freaking outlet. So, just remember, by being supportive to someone else, one day you might need some support and that person will be there for you. But that's all I got to say on that level. Just remember to be supportive. That person's not depressed. They just need some encouragement and or emotional help. Having said that, let's talk about my next subject. Why did I see the other day that approximately 42% of melanated women have never been married? Never been married. That kind of draws some concern for me, because I looked it up, and back in 2016, that number was 48%. Back in 2008, that number was 44%. In 2005, that number was 42%. So that made me wonder, is that percent more or less now in today's society? It makes me wonder, why is it 42% and or more and or higher? I can give you some thoughts. And again, I'm going to say, don't get mad. Because again, these are our opinions here at Melanated Divination. One of the reasons that could be is because you got so many men that are gay out there. You got men wanting to take the place of women, meaning that they want to be women. You got a lot of the men that are in jail and or incarcerated. Mind you, those are two different things. Then you've got our men that are dating outside of their race. We've covered that before, and trust me, we shall cover it again. But if you were to ask a man, he would say, women are controlling, they're demanding, their career gets in the way. Oh, they have these high standards. Or women are gold diggers. But then we have to think about that, and we're like, huh? The average woman would be like, but he ain't got nothing. No, baby, he got something. It just may be a little bit. But then you got to look at the systematic racism that's in the world today as well. Society has told melanated men that the melanated woman is not beautiful, but yet they forgot that they mama, they sisters, they aunties, they cousins are all melanated women as well. So what are you trying to tell them, that they are not beautiful either? I beg to differ. Because had it not been for that melanated woman that brought you on this earth, you would not exist. She taught you everything that you know. How to walk, how to talk. And depending on if your dad was there or not there, she might have even taught you how to point that little you know what in the toilet at those Cheerios to make sure you could use the restroom right. So let's not get it twisted, my melanated brothers. The melanated sister that you are neglecting to date or give the opportunity is just as beautiful as that other female that you are dating or choosing to date. So all I have to say on that note is, do not fail to give them an opportunity. Especially if you haven't tried it, you might like it. As the saying goes, once you go black, you'll never go back. So that leaves the other 58% of women. What is going on or happening with those women? Are they married, divorced, separated? But you also got to think about those melanated couples that aren't married to the state, to the system. Case in point, such women such as myself. Which category would you put myself in? Going through a divorce. So I'm sort of in the married, divorced, soon to be separated. Where am I in that category? Well, I've been married, so I'm not in that 42%. So yes, I rank in that 58%. So what's going on with me? Dealing with a divorce. So I'm in the separated. But case in point, do I want to date out of my race? No, never, not. However, I have no idea what God has in store for me. No different than a melanated man. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. So it is what it is. But you cannot say that you never will or won't, unless you got some sort of craziness going on in your head. I previously saw a quote by Chris Brew that said, "The woman who catches a man's eye earns a purse. The woman that captures his heart earns his world." Wise words. Wise words. When I saw that, it impacted me in a mighty way. I don't want your eye. I want your heart. And it's obvious that when a woman goes through a divorce. She may have had his heart at one time, but later only was a piece of his eye. That's how I'm going to leave that. But earlier we talked about the systematic racism, which is also known as institutional racism, which is also defined as a form of racism that is embedded as normal practice within society or an organization. It can lead to such issues as discrimination in criminal justice, employment, housing, healthcare, political power, education, among other issues. Whoop! There it is. If you never understood systematic racism, talk to your many, or should I say your few, melanated friends, brothers and sisters, because I tell you, they'll be able to give you a mouthful. Hopefully they'll have a good discussion with you, but we've all experienced it. It's not pretty. It's out there. There's a lot of closed-minded people to the issue, but it exists. And I just want each and every one of you to understand that systematic racism is every day, everywhere. The funny thing is, it's in employers everywhere. The sad point is you may not know it depending on your race, because we're not just going to go and shout it to the roofs, to the sky. The funny thing is, I've experienced it on my job recently. It's sad, but it's out there. But guess what? I still got bills to pay, so all I got to do is put my blessed oil on me and keep it pushing. Because God knows where my heart is, where my mind is, who I am as a person. It amazes me each and every day when I see it, but I'm not closed-minded to it. And the funny thing, even more fact is that people act like it doesn't exist, like it's not there. But where do you think I got the definition from? So don't always think that it's not out there, because it is. It's something that we are going to encounter. It's something that if you keep an open mind, you'll see it. And what you have to do, especially if you're not a melanated individual, is you have to correct people on it. Because we have to do it one person at a time and open people's mind and let them know that it's not right. If you are in a position of power, you also have to correct those around you and let them know that everyone bleeds the same blood. Everyone has a beginning and everyone has a death date. Meaning you have a birthday and you have a death date. On your tombstone, it's going to say the exact same thing that it says on, someone else's tombstone. Whether you're an accountant, a doctor, a photographer, a teacher, it's all going to say the same thing. Your credentials will not matter when you are gone from this earth. So, it's simple. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Turning the other cheek. If you slap me on one and you want me to turn the other so you can slap me on that, remember, I might slap you on both of yours as well. It's that simple. But remember, last noted that 42% melanated women have never been married. But then there's that 58% that are out there, and we don't know what's going on with them. If you know of the new statistic for 2021, seeing as how it's here, I would love to know what it is. because I think that the 42% is substantially lower. I think that the 58% is substantially higher. I think more is probably on the divorced or separated side. But I would be anxious to know if you have either the website or the numbers for me. And I want you also to know that be supportive with your friends, because all they want to know is that you are there to give them some encouragement and emotional help, because we all need it at some point in life.
That's it for this episode, family. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you join us for the next time. We hope you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can also email us any comments or concerns and or questions that you may have. Email us at melanateddivas@gmail.com. That's melanatedivas@gmail.com. Until next time, enjoy your day.